What's up, YouTube? It's me, CBRD, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be reacting to 66 major differences between Space Jam back in 1996 and Space Jam Legacy that just dropped, like 2 weeks ago, I guess? A week ago, week and a half, whatever. Anyway, so Space Jam, the original, of course, has always been one of my favorite movies ever since I was a kid. It came out when I was 3, so I was watching that joint like every day at one point. It was between Space Jam, Jurassic Park, and like Scream movies, like the movie Scream. I was a weird child. I did like the new one. The new one was cool as shit. A lot of people hate it, of course, because people are gonna be people. I mean, the whole Michael Jordan, LeBron James thing. Some people, get over it, bro. It's a movie. Relax. But yeah, I like the new one. I just watched it like 4 or 5 days ago. It was enjoyable. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the video. Let's see what differences that I might not have noticed, or let me know which one of the movies that you like the most. Did you like the original one better, or did you like the new one better? I feel like Michael Jordan's version, like the '96 version, is gonna have a different place in my heart, just because Michael Jordan was that guy at that time. Watching him like dominate at one point. And now it's LeBron's turn. You know what I'm saying? I'm rapping. Let's get into the video. Let's see what's going on. Today's video is brought to you by Think Story. I'm going to post the link to the original video in my description. Haven't done this. I mean, I did just do a reaction video, but I'm still trying to work out the kinks. Like I said, link to the original video going to be down in the bio. Let's go ahead and get started.
The original Space Jam was one of my favorite childhood movies, so when I heard there was going to be a Space Jam 2...
Like, I'm going to just start right here with this. The Monstars, way better team than the Goon Squad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I like what they did with the new one, putting the video games, because video games real trendy nowadays. Anyway, while we're talking about videos, make sure you follow my gaming channel right here, I be on there a lot more, just saying.
I was like...
Stop it. Get some help.
In this video, we'll be going over some of the biggest differences between the original Space Jam 1996 and Space Jam: A New Legacy. And there is a ton of controversy revolving around some of these differences, from Lola Bunny's new look to the removal of Pepe Le Pew. We'll get into that, plus dozens of other cool Easter eggs, and hopefully
because
we'll see
Lola Bunny was sexualized. First of all, it was a different time period, y'all. Relax for my sensitive viewers. I mean, hey, just saying. We had to deal with some controversial shit as children because that shit was deemed okay for us back then. But yeah, she was sexualized as fuck in the original one. Like, she walked in talking about some, "Can I play, guys? Don't ever call me." And then she blow her ears back. Doll. Like, she was sexualized as fuck in the cartoon. Like, when she first made her appearance in Looney Tunes, she was sexualized. She was supposed to be Bugs, his junk. I hate to say that, but yeah, that's kind of what she was. But anyway.
Which Space Jam is superior? I want to know what your favorite is in the comments below. But before we begin, make sure to slam dunk that like and subscribe button. Seriously, only 3% of you are subscribed. And stick around for the
that look like mine.
Bonus trivia question. Can you
At least
name
I know I'm not the only one
to be a part of both the original and New Legacy? The answer to this at the end. Other than New Legacy being a half-hour longer than the original, both versions start with a flashback of our main characters playing basketball as kids. In fact, New Legacy shoots the flashback scenes in film rather than digital to make it feel closer to the original.
What's up.
The kid versions of our protagonists are shown with their parents. In New Legacy, it's the mother, and Space Jam the father. But it's New Legacy that really takes off and makes family an integral part of the plot.
Yeah, that was a funny
incorporating
ass part.
LeBron's son Dom heavily into the story. In Space Jam, Michael Jordan shows up and mentions his family once. It's pretty hilarious. I should also mention that the actors portraying LeBron's family are not not his real family. In fact, the names of his wife and kids have been changed. The events of Space Jam take place around 1996, which is 2 years before young LeBron James plays the Bugs Bunny Game Boy game as a child. That being said, the main events of New Legacy take place in present day, and the plot takes advantage of this by structuring both the villain and the story around a few.
I'ma just say this, Don Cheadle did his thing, bro. He did his thing. I fuck with it. He was funny. He had his little moments where he was just like, you know, he's like, nah, motherfucker, you know, I'm the real actor in this real quick. Look, let's be real. Athletes can't act that well. So, maybe some of them, like if they tried hard enough, but the acting, it's cool though. You know, it's a kids movie. You ain't expecting the most top-notch acting, but Don Cheadle did his thing. I just want to let y'all know that.
Futuristic server owned by Warner Brothers. Did Warner Brothers really just make a movie where Warner Brothers is the villain? Great, I'm gonna get copyright strike. The introduction credits are
for real
similar
though.
For these.
I thought I was the only one that noticed that. Anyway.
Two films, both showing career highlights of our protagonists. Fun fact, LeBron and Michael both wear the number 23. We are quickly introduced to New Legacy's villain, Al G. Rhythm, portrayed by Don Cheadle. He's juxtaposed with Swankhammer, yes, that's his name, voiced by Danny DeVito.
I never knew that was his name.
Their own motivation. Swankhammer wants the Looney Tunes as slaves for his amusement park on Moron Mountain to help counter sagging attendance. Algorithm wants recognition, believing if he combines LeBron's fame with his tech, he'll no longer go unnoticed. In New Legacy, Algorithm actually ends up playing in the game, unlike Hammer. In the original, we never visit the Warner Brothers lot, but it's front and center in New Legacy, where they use every chance that they can get to put in posters of other Warner Brothers properties like Joker and Aquaman. In fact, that's what I've seen as one of the biggest criticisms of New Legacy. The background Warner Brothers characters like White Walkers, the Mask, the Penguin distract from the story. In the original, the crowd is composed of all Looney Tune characters, and only 3 human characters make it to Toon World: Michael Jordan, Bill Murray, and the goofy sidekick character Stan, played by Wayne Knight. There's no such character like that in New Legacy.
Like shit. I will say, I think I had a lot more genuine laughs in the first one. The second one is cool just because it's with today's time period. It kind of throws in some little trendy words, trendy little things. I mean, it's cool, but it comes off as corny sometimes. I'm just saying.
The crowd in New Legacy is almost entirely replaced by human characters. As LeBron is pitched,
but that's an interesting twist.
Him being scanned into different movies, we do get a slight nod to the original Space Jam with.
Damn, I didn't see that.
In fact, there are very few flat-out references to the events.
This part is what I liked about New Legacy. The fact that they turned LeBron into an actual cartoon. They did that with Mike for a second. They didn't really turn him into a cartoon. They turned him into just like, you know, a loony character. Like, because I think when the Monstars are first come into the scene, they into the movie, they first introduced as the Monstars. They come in the gym and they ball Michael Jordan up and like they use him as the basketball. That's like the most animated part you see him in. But they actually animated LeBron in this jump. But I mean, you know, that comes with better technology too. I don't know if they could have did that back then for real. I mean, yeah, they could have just drew him. I don't know. Anyway.
Of the original. Probably the most obvious one happens during the Lola Bunny Wonder Woman segment where Bugs Bunny tries to recruit her.
How often do you get to play with an NBA superstar?
This essentially confirms the two movies are directly related, plus we do get very brief shots of the small alien creatures who composed the
They were in it too for a second.
Jam. However, their team name in that movie was the Monstars. LeBron and Michael also have two very different takes on basketball. For LeBron, basketball is life, and he can't afford to take time away from the game.
It's just not me. And I can't afford to take time away from the game.
In Space Jam, Michael is the opposite. He's quit basketball in order to pursue a baseball.
That's because he did it in real life and he was some shit.
Characters is how they get transported to Toon World.
Can't be good at everything all the time.
Golf course hole as
he thought he was
Deion
Sanders
by Yosemite Sam. In New Legacy, it's the villain who transports LeBron into the server where not only Looney Tunes World is located, but all of the Warner Brothers' sweet intellectual property. To name a few: Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, and Wizard of Oz. One thing I do like about New Legacy over Space Jam is that they put the stakes of the story on LeBron much sooner than in Space Jam.
Yeah.
About 20 minutes into the movie, LeBron is told by Al that if he doesn't win his game, he'll be stuck in the serververse away from his family forever. In Space Jam, it's the Toons who will become slaves and not Michael. Michael helps the Toons get out of this predicament, whereas in New Legacy, the Toons help LeBron.
That's cool. I'm glad they didn't keep the same thing, because if it would have been the same movie, it's like, yeah. Now y'all just trying to shit
it
on
isn't
the...
until 4/5 through the movie, a new deal is struck that puts Michael's fate
Just trying to shit on the first one,
Unlike
but at that
Space
point,
Jam, when
like,
LeBron
they changed
makes
the whole
it to
story a
Toon
little
World, he
bit.
finds out it's only inhabited by one person, Bugs Bunny. The others have left after being enticed by algorithm into getting digitized, so Bug and LeBron have to scour the universe searching for their teammates. This never happens in Space Jam, nor do the scenes in which LeBron is placed in famous Warner Brothers movies. Another key difference is that when...
That part was actually funny as shit when they was in different characters, like they had to go to different movies and shit and get everybody. That shit was hilarious, yo.
Michael first lands in Toon World.
Okay, that's another animated movie
where
he kissed that man, which is crazy.
2D animation. In Space Jam, we only see Michael in animated form for a brief moment.
And that part, and he wasn't really animated. That was just more like
but for the most part, he's all live action. LeBron will later turn into his normal self when algorithm upgrades him and the Toons, resulting in the Toons given a 3D facelift. Both versions have their fair share of product placement, like LeBron's sneakers here, but Space Jam definitely has New Legacy beat.
Get your hands on, lace up your Nikes, grab your
I never even noticed that McDonald's jump right there. He did
While
say
LeBron
Big Mac,
navigates downtown Toon World, we'll see an Acme van. Acme is a lot more present in New Legacy than it is in Space Jam. There's even a reference to Michigan J. Frog with the Singing Frog Theater. We actually get to see him in Space Jam. As LeBron teams up with Bugs
he's a
Bunny,
racist frog. That's why you don't see him anymore.
There are some callbacks to famous Looney Tunes cartoons here, like the Rabbit of Seville or Long-Haired Hare, where Bugs plays a conductor. These old cartoons aren't quite referenced in Space Jam. LeBron and Bugs are able to commandeer Marvin the Martian spacecraft in order to round up the team. However, that's pretty much the extent of Marvin's role in the film. In Space Jam, he actually acts as a referee, and we never get to see his dog, Canine. Well, I guess we should get to the political part of the video where we talk about why certain changes or exclusions were made. Of course, I'm talking about the absence of Pepe Le Pew and the visual changes to Lola Bunny.
Because she was sexualized.
Sequence, Pepe Le Pew was supposed to hit on Jane the Virgin actress Gracie Santo, kissing her arm and getting a drink poured on him because of his unwarranted advances. LeBron then walks over to him where he learns Pepe's love interest, Penelope Pussycat, has a restraining order against him, and LeBron says Pepe just can't go around grabbing other Toons without their consent. So the director and Warner Brothers just decided to cut that whole thing. It's
Yo, that would have been so funny though. People really probably would have got offended by that though, because it's like, you know, that whole thing with Pepe Le Pew, but that would have been funny. That's kind of whack. They even put that in there.
Kind of weird that they got rid of Pepe, yet kept characters like the murderous Pennywise and the Droogs from A Clockwork Orange. You don't want to know what they did to women in that movie. Unlike Pepe, who was cut entirely, Lola Bunny was redesigned. In fact, they include an entire sequence where she competes in the Wonder Woman obstacle course, which seeks to showcase her strength over her sexuality. The constant hitting on by Bugs Bunny toward her in Space Jam has also been toned down. In the original, he literally gets hard like a piece of wood. In both versions of
I never noticed that's what that meant when he was stiff as a board. Wow. See, things were different in the 90s, y'all. Thinking about it now, yeah, I guess that shouldn't be included in a kids movie. But it doesn't make it interesting for the adults that gotta watch it. So you gotta put a little bit of adult shit in there. Like, that's subtle. That's subtle. It's a little extra, but it's subtle. Like, kid ain't, like, as a kid, you're not thinking that. Like, me watching it over now, just noticed that. Like, damn, that is. And I've seen that movie over 100 times. Probably over 200 times. I done watched that movie so much as a kid. But
Bugs
anyway.
sacrifices himself so that Lola doesn't get hurt, but in Space Jam he's rewarded for his sacrifice with a kiss. Oh yeah, you also don't have Foghorn Leghorn spanking George P. Dog in the background. The big addition to New Legacy is Gossamer. In the most recent Looney Tunes cartoons, he's a character who hunts down Bugs Bunny. We never see him in the original. On the other side of things,
yeah, you do.
Al needs a
he's in the crowd in the
Ron
original,
and the Toons,
but he's not in the game.
Swankhammer's minions steal the talent of some of the
See, that's, I mean, they did do that. I just don't, I don't know if they did it the right
As
way.
players, Al has these players copied and brought into the serververse as monster
I wish they would have put
manifestations.
more
The game
emphasis on
announcers
how they
have
got
also
their
been changed. In Space Jam, the
abilities.
announcers are Hubie and
They
Birdie
showed
from
it,
the
but it wasn't-
cartoons, while in New
wasn't good
Legacy, they're
enough.
performed by actual
I do like
sportscaster
that.
Ernie Johnson Jr. and the guy who kicked ass from Get Out. Granny is also in both films. Her real name is...
Wait, hold on. Wait, bruh. Hold on. Did you just disrespect my man Lil Rail?
The game announcers have also been changed. In Space Jam, the announcers are Hubie and Birdie from the cartoons, while in New Legacy, they're performed by actual sportscaster Ernie Johnson Jr. and the guy who kicked ass from Get Out.
The guy? Like, relax, bro. You couldn't say this man's name? I ain't gonna talk too much into it. I was just talking about motherfuckers being sensitive. Let me chill out. He's not the most known person. I'ma relax, y'all. I'ma relax.
Granny is also in both films. Her real name is Emma Webster, and in Space
never knew
Jam,
that.
she's more of a cheerleader than a player. Unlike the original, LeBron's family actually gets sucked into the game where they watch the events.
That's kind of
unfold.
cool.
It sets up
I'd
a
like
lot more
that too.
Emotional moments, which
Exactly.
the original lacks. However, I
Exactly.
personally felt these emotional moments fell flat, partly because the background was so distracting. All the BG characters made me easily lose focus of what was happening right in front of me.
That's some ADHD shit. Like, how did you lose focus on what was happening on the court? I mean, I get what they saying. Like, you know, Warner Brother product placement having asses. Like, nigga, we know y'all famous and shit. Like, you ain't gotta throw all your characters at us. But that didn't really distract me. It was cool seeing the other characters like back there, because it's just like, damn, I forgot Warner Brothers actually owns the rights to some of these characters that, you know, that some of them you forgot about, and just be like, oh, that's kind of cool. But they didn't really distract me from the movie. Like, I would say one little thing about them, and then I just continue watching them what was taking place in the game. But whatever.
Did anyone else feel this way? We do get to see Yakko, Wacko, and Dot from Animaniacs,
Yeah.
which was my personal favorite addition.
They should have been
the
more
courts
of the front.
themselves are different in each movie. The practice court in Space Jam is a typical gym, while in New Legacy, it's in space. The real court where the game takes place is an arena in Space Jam, while in New Legacy, it's the futuristic court that even has a force field. Because in New Legacy, the game is based off Dom's video game, players can achieve style points and bonuses. That's why when the game ends, the score is 1042 to 1041, compared to 7877 in the original. Now, I gotta point out that the soundtrack in Space Jam is on a whole nother level compared to Legacy. Every song slaps. We got
Hold on. Let me go through these for y'all a little bit better in detail, because I feel like I can explain it a little more thorough than my man's is explaining it. No offense to him, I'm just saying. Anyway, so you got motherfucking shit. Can this go away, please? I can't even see. What's that? Cool? See, I don't even remember the jump. So I'm gonna start. Coolio the winner. Coolio was that dude back there in Quantum City Space Jam. That jump was definitely fire. R. Kelly, I believe I can fly. Look, relax before y'all say anything about R. Kelly. I get it. Yes. That nigga deserves to be in jail. I'm not gonna like defend that nigga on that shit. But I Believe I Can Fly is one of the best songs ever made. I sung that shit at my preschool fucking graduation, bro. Like, that's every preschool graduation was singing that goddamn song. I don't know about the white preschools, but the ones with the black people, yes, we definitely were singing that. So anyway, you got Busta Rhymes, Be Real, motherfucking Coolio, L Cool J, Method Man. Come on, bro. Hit 'em high. Hit 'em high, hit 'em high, hit 'em low, hit 'em low, hit 'em low, hit 'em high. Nigga, that's fire, bro. D'Angelo, Monica, Salt and Pepper, fucking Robin S. Giving you all Robin S. Giving you all that I've got. I feel like I know it. I would have to hear it. Anyway, Barry White and Chris Rock. Oh, why does Barry White the whole time? And I didn't know that was Chris Rock on there too. That's funny. Oh for One, R. Kelly, Changing Faces, and Jay-Z, Spin Doctors, Biz Marquee, and then we got Bugs Bunny on the track. Fire. I don't care what none of y'all say, bro. I mean, New Legacy Jump is cool too. There's a couple songs in there. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet, so I can't really say. But
Space Jam,
yeah.
Fly Like an Eagle, in New Legacy we got...
Oh yeah, Fly Like an Eagle. Where the fuck is that at? Oh, that must have been the first. I ain't gonna hold you. Porky John like went in.
Minor difference here, but in New Legacy, the basketball is
Porky-
silver, while
Porky
Space Jam
John like
is
went.
more traditional.
I mean, yeah,
By
okay.
halftime in both movies,
It's not
Michael
really
and
important.
LeBron's teams aren't doing well. They're down by a lot, and it looks like all hope is lost. However, both versions
I like
have
this.
different ways of turning things
I
around.
like this.
In Space Jam, Bugs Bunny tells the team if they drink Michael's special drink, which is just water,
I'm gonna be real with you. That sounds so crazy.
they'll get stronger. In New Legacy, they get a pep talk from Michael Jordan. Well, not the Michael Jordan. The
That shit
It's
was
unknown
funny
why
as
the
hell.
Michael Jordan declined to be a part of the film. Each team has
He a
member
sucker
of
for that,
substitute
bruh. He
writers.
should at
My
least been
favorite
in it
for the
like a
Goon
quick
Squad is
second.
Kronos, but for the Toons,
I'm
we
just
actually
saying.
get to see Roadrunner don the jersey and play, which, believe it or not, he doesn't get to in the original. With the Toons mounting a comeback, the final game-winning point is put in the hands of our two protagonists. However, they go about this win in two different ways. In Space Jam, Michael learns that he too can manipulate the physics of the world and
In
uses
Looney
this to
World.
his advantage by extending his arm in this super
Dope
creepy
ending.
fashion.
Very
Similarly,
dope
LeBron
ending.
learns that he can manipulate the game world by glitching it. This also results in Bugs Bunny
Also pretty cool.
sacrificing himself,
They-
but
I knew they
that's
weren't
okay,
ended
he's
the
alive
same,
in the
like,
next scene.
similar.
Although each film ends happily, the character arcs for Michael and LeBron are markedly different. Michael learns that maybe baseball isn't his thing, and he returns back to basketball. LeBron's
That's
is a
what
bit
made
more
that epic
emotional, as
at
he
the
learns
end.
not to force his son into playing ball,
And
when
that's
his
more of
dream
a
is
life
gaming.
lesson.
Now, you might think that Bill Murray does not make an appearance in New Legacy, but here he is briefly in the end credits.
Yeah, he
showing
was
the
in that
Toons
joint.
living their best lives. In
He
the
was
real
at the
world.
end.
In Space Jam,
That
the
shit was
end
cool.
credits are simply filled with shots from the movie. Speaking of those credits, were you able to find the only actor to work on both the original Space Jam and New Legacy? That's Bob Burgin, the voice of Tweety Bird. Funny enough, in the
Wow.
original, he also voiced Hubie, Bert, and Marvin the Martian. They also spelled their wrong names in those credits. No clue why he didn't voice them in New Legacy. Life just be like that sometimes. But I want to
Yeah.
hear which Space Jam you think
I don't know
is
why you said it
superior,
like
the
that,
original
but sure.
96 version or the one with King James. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and hopefully we can crown a winner.
Now that I look at it for real, I probably like the original one better. Just a little bit. Just a smidge more. Like, it just, I resonate with it a little bit more. So, yeah. Like, the newer one is more for, like, you know, of course, kids coming up and it's for a kid. Like, I'm not a kid anymore. But, yeah. Like, just basing it off of certain things about it. And this actually helped. That was 66 differences? Really? I didn't count. Anyway, he didn't count either. I feel like that was more like 30, but whatever. Shit was cool. I like this video. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure you... Okay, why? Yeah, don't go out of focus while I do my outro, please. Thank you. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. Make sure you comment and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you know each and every time I post a video. And also, make sure you go follow. And I'm going to keep promoting it because I be on that channel a lot more. My gaming channel right here. Make sure you also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. So, anyway, that's my spiel. I love you guys. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.